The sun dipped low, casting long shadows across the village of Bolancha. Samuel and Andrew, two brothers born of the earth and raised by its bounty, found themselves alone in their humble abode. Their parents, Mr. and Mrs. Jeremiah, who are seasoned farmers, had left for a community meeting, leaving strict instructions for the boys to remain indoors until their return. "Brother Samuel, I am bored," Andrew groaned, his voice laden with frustration as he fidgeted by the doorway. Samuel, the elder of the two, glanced up from his seat by the hearth, his eyes dark with concern. "We can't go out, Andrew. You know what Mommy and Daddy said. But it's so dull in here," Andrew protested, kicking at the packed earth floor. "Just a quick stroll to the farm won't hurt anyone. Daddy won't even know." Samuel hesitated, torn between his duty to obey his parents and his desire to placate his restless younger brother. "I don't know, Andrew," Samuel's voice choked with emotion. "Nothing will happen, Brother Samuel. Come on, just this once," Andrew cajoled, his eyes pleading. With a resigned sigh, Samuel relented. "Fine, but just for a little while. We will stay close to home." The evening air was thick with humidity as Samuel and Andrew trudged through the sprawling fields surrounding their village. The rustling of the crops echoed like whispers in the fading light, and a sense of unease settled over Samuel like a suffocating blanket. "We should head back soon, Andrew. It's getting late," Samuel urged, glancing nervously at the encroaching darkness. "Okay, brother. Let's go back home," Andrew replied. "I believe Daddy and Mommy won't notice that we left the house." "Will they, Brother Samuel?" asked Andrew. "I don't know. Let's just head home as fast as possible. I don't want us to be in trouble for disobeying our parents. Daddy and Mommy won't be happy if they get home and don't see us," Samuel said. Okay, Brother Samuel," Andrew replied. Mr. and Mrs. Jeremiah came back home and met their two boys at home. They appreciated Samuel and Andrew for adhering to their instructions. Samuel felt guilty, but didn't say anything, because Andrew signaled him not to talk. The next day, Samuel and Andrew's father left for the king's cabinet meeting and their mother went to the market, leaving the instruction that they shouldn't leave the house. Both of them nodded in agreement. Immediately their parents left the house, Andrew started persuading Samuel to go out to the fields with him again. "Brother Samuel, please let's go to the fields again, since Daddy and Mommy are not home," Andrew said. "We won't disobey our parents again, just stay at home and keep yourself busy with something," Samuel replied. "You know the last time we went out we were able to come back before Daddy and Mommy came back. And nothing happened, remember?" Andrew pleaded. "No, I don't remember," Samuel said. "It's just a little strolling, please," Andrew pleaded. "Okay, fine. Let's go," Samuel reluctantly agreed. They spent hours in the field, with Samuel telling Andrew countless times, "It's time to go home." Andrew will always reply, "Brother, give me few minutes more." Andrew, his curiosity piqued by the mysteries of the night, paid little heed to his brother's warnings. "Just a little farther, Brother Samuel. I want to see the moonlight dance on the cornstalks." Reluctantly, Samuel followed his brother deeper into the field, his senses on high alert. Suddenly, a flicker of movement caught his eyes, and he froze in his tracks, his heart hammering in his chest. "Did you see that?" Samuel whispered, his voice barely audible, over the rustling of the crops. Andrew shook his head, oblivious to the danger lurking in the shadows. "See what, Brother Samuel?" Stop being so paranoid." Before Samuel could respond, some warriors emerged from the darkness, their eyes glinting with malice. Samuel's blood ran cold as he realized the gravity of their predicament. "We need to run, Andrew. Now!" Samuel shouted, his voice tinged with fear as he grabbed his brother's arm and pulled him towards the safety of home. But it was too late. With a guttural roar, the warriors descended upon them, their intentions sinister and unknown. Samuel fought with every ounce of strength he possessed, his fist striking out blindly in the darkness as he struggled to free himself from the iron grip of his captors. One of the warriors said, "We only need one of the boys. So, let's just let this other one go." But despite Samuel's efforts to protect his brother, he was powerless to stop them from dragging Andrew away into the night. "Andrew!" Samuel screamed, his voice raw with anguish as he watched his brother vanish into the shadows. Tears blurred his vision as he collapsed to the ground, his mind reeling with sadness. Hours passed like an eternity as Samuel waited alone in the silent darkness, his heart heavy with guilt and remorse. He finally staggered back to the village, his spirit broken and his soul weighed down by the burden of his failure to protect his brother. When he got home, his parents asked him where he was coming from, and where his younger brother is. He busted out crying, and narrated what happened to his parents. His parents were so disappointed in him, and the father angrily told him to leave the house and go in search of his brother. "You won't have allowed him to go out," the father said angrily. The mother was just crying and rolling on the floor. "My Andrew is missing. Where is my son?" But Samuel stayed at the corner of their house, thinking of how he would find his brother. Word of Andrew's disappearance spread like wildfire through the village, igniting a spark of fear and uncertainty in the hearts of its inhabitants. Samuel's parents, grief-stricken and inconsolable, sought solace in the embrace of their community, their eyes haunted by the specter of loss. Desperate for answers, Mr. and Mrs. Jeremiah turned to their king for guidance, his wisdom their only beacon of hope in the face of overwhelming despair. Their king vowed to uncover the truth behind Andrew's abduction, no matter the cost. Samuel's heart burned with a fierce determination to reclaim what had been stolen from him, even if it meant descending into the depths of darkness itself. Days turned into weeks, and still, there was no sign of Andrew. The village of Bolansha languished in a state of mourning, its once vibrant spirit crushed beneath the weight of uncertainty and grief. "We cannot let fear dictate our actions," the king declared, his voice resolute as he addressed his people gathered in the heart of the village square. "We must stand united in the face of adversity and strive to uncover the truth behind Andrew's disappearance." His words resonated with the villagers, infusing them with a newfound sense of purpose as they rallied behind their king in pursuit of justice. But as the days stretched on without resolution, doubt and fear gnawed at their resolve, threatening to consume them from within. Meanwhile, the king's warriors ventured forth in search of answers, their quest fraught with danger and uncertainty. But despite their best efforts, they were met with silence at every turn, their hopes dashed against the cold, unyielding walls of secrecy. Bolansha's villagers were living in fear, as nobody knows who will be next to disappear. Due to this reason, the king instructed some of his warriors to stand in groups at the edges of the village to protect the villagers and not to allow any stranger to enter the village without knowing the person's purpose. The warriors that were sent to search for Andrew returned again without positive feedback. This gave the Jeremiah's family great concern. Samuel, with a determined and concerned face, addressed his friends John and Oliver. Samuel's voice trembling with emotion. We can't just sit idly by while my brother remains in the clutches of those who stole him from us. We must act, and we must act now." Samuel's friends murmured in agreement, their faces drawn with concern. John asked, "What do you propose we do, Samuel? We don't even know who took him or where they have gone." Samuel was clutching his fist, his voice rising with urgency. "We start by searching every corner of this village, every nook and cranny where they could be hiding him. We leave no stone unturned until we find Andrew and bring him home." His friends nodded solemnly. Oliver asked, "And what if we don't find him here? What then?" Samuel's grim determination etched on his face. "Then we widen our search. We scour the surrounding forest, the rivers, and the mountains if we have to. We will leave no avenue unexplored until we uncover the truth." A sense of unity washes over Samuel and his friends as they prepare to embark on their quest for answers. Samuel was turning to face his friends, his voice echoing with conviction. "We may be few in number, but our hearts burn with the fire of justice. Together, we will bring Andrew home." With a resounding cheer, Samuel's friends went home, each determined to play their part in the search for Andrew. The next day, Samuel and his friends combed through the fields and forests, their faces etched with determination as they follow every lead in their quest to find Andrew. The tension mounts with each passing moment as the hours turn into days, and still, there is no sign of Andrew. Samuel's voice hoarse with exhaustion, "Where are you, Andrew? Please, come back to us." Suddenly, a rustling in the bushes nearby catches Samuel's attention, and he springs to his feet, his heart pounding in his chest. Samuel whispered to himself, "Could it be?" With bated breath, Samuel cautiously approaches the source of the disturbance, his senses on high alert. Samuel's voice trembling with anticipation, "Andrew, is that you?" But as he reaches the bushes, his hopes are dashed as he finds nothing but a small rabbit darting into the underbrush. Defeated, Samuel sinks to his knees, tears stinging his eyes as he grapples with the crushing weight of uncertainty. Samuel's voice breaking, "I won't give up, Andrew. I promise, I will find you no matter what it takes." Watch out for part 2. Thank you for watching. If you found this video entertaining, please consider giving it a like, and leaving a comment below to let us know your thoughts. Please, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this.